Hi, everybody. It's Belinda from Belinda's Book Nook, and and my throat is not clear, and I'm here to do a little check-in with you guys. I know it's not Friday. I wanted to come on Read a Book Day. Happy Read a Book Day. And which every day is a read a book day, right? So for us book lovers, they're like, yeah, like every day is, but to try to encourage more people to read, it's good to have a holiday like that. So I think they should have like a day off from work so that we can just all just do it. Like it should be like, there should be discounts to at cafes and things to encourage people to be outside if they're in a place that they can read outside. And yeah, I think that we should work on that holiday. Anyway, so happy Read a Book Day. And I'm definitely going to take some time today to read a book. But I came in with you today because that was today's holiday and I wanted to celebrate online with you. But I also wanted to catch up with you guys and talk to you about the books that I read in August and then what I'm thinking of for September, because I've already started in my September and I have good news. I'm like cranking away already. So without further ado, we will look at my good old book journal to see. I just landed on the page of the Barnes & Noble 50% off. And remember I told you I just might drive by it one more time. Yeah, so I did. So now I have 5 books for 50% off that I bought for that sale. I'm not going again. That's it. I've got to exercise some self-control because I love buying books. I mean, who doesn't, right? Who doesn't? All right, so let's get on to it with my August stuff because I read some good books in August. The first one I'll start with, because I need to return this to the library, is Decent People by Deshawn Charles Winslow. I really like this. We had an excellent book discussion, as always. And Dee Dee came up with some really great questions that had us like really thinking about the book and the people and the characters and the genre of mystery. We talked about how this book, like there was elements of like a cozy mystery in terms of there's no blood or gore, but that he kind of stretched the story and doled out more and more characters throughout the story, as opposed to maybe usually in the first part of the book you might get all of your characters. And I thought that was a really good observation that Dee Dee made with regards to the book. And that's the other thing like I love about book clubs is because you all are experiencing things in a different way. You're all coming from different preferences of reading genres. And so it's really lovely when she brought that out, I was like, and I read mysteries, so I was like, well, yeah, I kind of get what you're talking about. So I really did appreciate this book, the pacing, the characters. We're all in for another book. Hopefully he will write another book, and I am now going to go to the backlist because I didn't read the West Mills, which was his debut novel. And I think he did that, we said, several years ago. So I remember the big buzz, but again, you know me, sometimes it's almost like I turn my head, like as soon as I see people talking about the same book over and over, I'm like, oh God, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to read it because I've heard too much, So, but now I'm ready. I'm all ready to read it so that I can kind of experience his writing again. So we really enjoyed this book. It was very good. I'm not going to describe them because I already talked to you about them before in other videos and I don't want to take up time, but it was really good. The other one, oh, I do have it over here. I did it. This one, I told you I gushed about it. I won't gush about it anymore. I really liked it. I just liked that it talked about loneliness in a different way, and it was framed in kind of a different way than it wasn't like a clinical book that was just talking about what's the diagnosing loneliness and this and that and this is what it is. It was just a really lovely story with lovely characters that made you think and kind of inspired you to also like think about where people are coming from and maybe that your kindness could be appreciated even more than you think because you don't know what that person might be experiencing in their life. So I really liked it and I recommend it. And I'm definitely going to go back. He's got a bunch of different books, but I'm going to go back. There's one that the cover kind of looks like this and it sounds like this. I really liked all the different characters and I just want to read something similar to this kind of vibe. So I may not read some of the other ones in his backlist, but I am going to look for that one. I can't remember the name of it, but I'm going to look for that and see if I can find that one to check that one out. So I really like that. Now, let's get to a little bit of a complaint. So this one was Little Gods by Meng Jin. And I remember hearing about this all over the place when it first came out and everybody talked about it. I liked this book all the way till we got to close to the end. And then I was like, what? So I don't know if any of you have read this. I wish that I could pick your brain. I don't know what was going on there at the end of this book. You know, I was almost not gonna, you know, I told my husband, I go, should I fess that up to you guys that I didn't understand what was going on? Because, you know, I think I read a lot of books, so I feel like I should have this down, right? This reading thing and reading comprehension. But I was very disappointed in the end of this. And so, yeah, I'm not going to do any star ratings because I don't really like to do that on here, right? You know, unless it's super positive. But I'm just going to say that I think that it started off good and it was, you know, it's an interesting concept, but it just got, what? I don't understand. I'm still like this, like, what? So, yeah. No, that was not my favorite of the reads for the month. And then I don't have the book because I read the ebook and I think it's back now. But and I started writing my messy notes. You can't really see it, but I won't show you because it's messy. But I read Diva 2.0 by Cheryl Lee Ralph and loved it. And I listened to it in audio with her reading it, which is my favorite thing to do, is to let the author actually tell their story themselves. And she delivered. She defined diva as divinely inspired, victoriously alive, aware, awesome. And the book has all of these little gems. Like, while you're learning about her, she's giving you these rules of a diva, and she's defining what a diva is and how it has both a positive and a negative connotation, and how when it was initially applied to her, she was like, no, I don't want that. Like, just no, keep it away from me. And then now she embraces it for the definition, the way that she has embraced it. And so throughout the book, she gives you, I think it's 12 rules of a diva. And I wrote them all down in my little card here, and I'm going to transfer them in here. I haven't finished doing that in my book journal, just because I thought that they were really, really good, you know, not that they were just brand new things, ways of thinking of things, but I just thought that they were really good, good things to remind you, you know, and guide you through life in all different stages. So I'll read just a couple because I don't want to spill the beans on anything, but so this one's not one. Number one is find your role model and seek their mentorship. And then let's see. Rule number 3 was learn to leave the hurt behind. Carrying it with you only makes it hurt more. And all of these she has like, all of these she has tied to her life and her journey. And it's just lovely. If you get a chance to listen to it, it's great. And if you're looking for a fast audiobook, it's about 5 hours. So it's super fast. So you could listen to it in a day and just be done with it. And just kind of get your, you know, like I said, I think that there's hidden gems in all of these little rules because they're great reminders. And she also wants to make sure she represents herself, that her journey was not like this. It was a lot of this and this. And so it was really nice. So that was my reading. The only other book that I was trying to finish, and I don't think I brought it on the pile here because I put it in my, did I? Oh yeah, I do have it. Hold on 1 second. I do have to read. The only other one, backing into the camera, is James Baldwin's The Evidence of Things Not Seen. As you can see, it's flagged. I have started it. I I'm a good gal in it. No, that's not where I am. Wait a minute. I'm right. No, I am there. So I'm about 40 pages in, and it's about, I'm almost halfway through it. So I will finish this one. Um, it's a little hard because it's you know it's talking about these murders that occurred between 1979 and 1981 in Atlanta, and I don't remember hearing about this, so it's really interesting to kind of hear. And he has a way of writing that's just so biting and so relevant and so still relevant and so it's like speaking truth to power. Like he just did, it's unflinching. Yeah, that would be the word, I guess. And so, as a reader, it's like hard sometimes to just digest, but I really want to get through this because I think it's really an important read. So that was the one I didn't finish. All right, so now let's talk about what I'm going to do for this month. And I'm really happy to say I'm almost done with my first book already for September. So we're going to lead with that. So I did not want summer to go by without me reading Sunny Hostens. And if you see me on Instagram, I've already showed you this. I snuck out last week with my husband and we went to the beach, and it was like a lovely day. We went early, like really early, and it was great because there wasn't that many people, and we were there while people were coming in, and then we came back because I still had to pick up my son from school. So we we brought a few snacks. I would have brought more if I had planned, so it was kind of impromptu. So I brought this and I started this, and it was, it's just so relaxing to hear the ocean in the background. I know we have all these computers that we can put the sound effects and all. It's great and good, yeah, but nothing like the real thing. To feel the air, and it was like lovely weather. Like right now, what is going on? We are in a serious. It's not officially a heat wave. It has to be over 90 degrees, but we're 89. And then I think tomorrow is supposed to be in the 90s, and the following day in the 90s. So we'll just miss it. I think that's what it is, 3 days. Whatever the official thing is, I don't care. I'm calling this a crazy heat wave in September, and I kind of wanted to get into fall mode. I'm really ready for fall. So I know, for all the haters out there, don't be mad at me. So yeah, it was a nice day when we went last week. It was just perfect, the weather, perfect. You're not like burning. It was just pleasant. So I started this, and I am happy to say I have this much more. Like by the end of today, it'll be done. First book done. Score for me for this month. So that's my first one. My second one is In the Upper Country by Kai Thomas. This one is for the book club with Dee Dee, the Read So Lit book club. And this one, did I tell you guys about this one? I can't remember. I will tell you this one. All the rest of the books you guys have heard me talk about. So I'm just going to tell you about this one for a second. It says the fate of two unforgettable women, one beginning a journey of reckoning and self-discovery, and the other completing her last vital act, intertwined in this powerful novel set at the terminus of the Underground Railroad. So it's in the 1800s in Dunmore, a Canadian town settled by people fleeing enslavement in the American South. Young Lucinda Martin works for a crusading black journalist. One night, a slave hunter is shot dead by an old woman who recently arrived. When the old woman refuses to flee, Lucinda is tasked with gathering testimony before she can be condemned for the crime. But the old woman doesn't want to simply confess. Instead, she proposes a barter, a story for a story. And so begins an extraordinary exchange that reveals a tapestry of interwoven histories, challenges Lucinda's notion of her past, and suggests that the old woman may carry a secret that could reshape her destiny. Traveling along the path of the Underground Railroad from Virginia to Michigan, from the indigenous nations around the Great Lakes to the Black refugee communities of Canada, In the Upper Country weaves together unlikely stories of love, survival, and familial upheaval that map the interconnected history of the people of North America in an entirely new and resonant way. What? Doesn't that sound so good? So, if I finish that one today, I will start this today. At the very least, I'll start this tomorrow, but I've already got my card here ready, like ready to go. So I know what I'm going to be flagging, you know, color wise. So I'm really excited about that one. So that one is the next one on the list. The next one I want to do, I know there's like, I think is it Latin history month or something? I know there's something that goes on, can't think, for September. I don't know if I have it in here because usually I will mark it in the calendar, but which I think I'm going to do next year is I'll put a place so I can know what's each month. But I again am trying to like work on my bookshelf. So that said, I recently purchased the Bandit Queens by Perini Shoroff, and I'm all over it. I think it's going to be great. I talked about this in my last video. If you want to hear a description, you probably don't need it because it's all over BookTube. And yeah, I'm actually going to read it while it's all over BookTube. So I thought this would be a fun way to start off September and you know, slide into fall months with this one. So there's that. If I am so fortunate and I am really on a roll and I'm getting through those books, my last book that I want to try to squeeze in for the month would be Isabel Allende. I want to get her in before the end of the year. I really enjoy her writing and I've read a lot of her books, and this one I've had for a while and have not read. So I would like to get to this, and this is A Long Petal of the Sea. And I picked this one earlier for the summer because it just made me feel like this blue made me think, oh, this is like, it's just, look at it. And it's got like gold waves, like, hello. Such a pretty cover. Oh, speaking of pretty cover, I'm all over the place. Look at this. I did not know this in Sunny's. Look inside of hers. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? She did it on both sides of the book. So it's like if you look on the other side, it's there as well. I love it. I love those surprises like you just don't know. So yeah. So these are the 4 that I'm thinking about. Well, not thinking. I'm working on this month. So yeah, those are the ones I'm thinking about and gonna try to get through. This one I should be done today, start this one today or tomorrow, and then I will jump probably in that order, boom, 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 to get through these books. And then what else was I gonna share with you guys? It's read a book day, so make sure you read your book. Oh, and I bought these, yeah. I got, you know, I like to share little things that I buy, because I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a Friday reads, because it's like 2 days from now, so I don't know, unless I have something significant to tell you. This might be it for this week, but I got some fall things. I think these are so cute. This is, I got, look at this. I mean, it's not the cutest little journal. Like, I'm a sucker for buying little journals, and I will use them for various things. Like, let me take this off so you can see it better, the cover. So pretty. I love it. And then what did I do? I love using these markers, also the Tombow. So I had to get like a coordinating color, the Tombow, to match the mushrooms. I'm like, yeah, that's just geeky. Because the nice thing is they have a brush tip on this end. And on here, I can actually write. So, you know, can you see it? Yeah. So I can actually write in here with that color. I think that would be really cool. Or we'll see. And then I saw this, and I've been trying to steer myself away from little notepads because then they end up everywhere, but I couldn't. And I love the title on it, like, let's do this. So this is a rifle paper. I think this is as well. Is this not? No, this is Denick. But I have a lot of Rifle Paper Company products, and this one's really nice. It's just, you know, it's a whole sheets of all the same thing, but you can write a few things, and then you can feel really special when you check something off. So those are the 2 little things I snagged to make me happy and getting in the fall mood. I do. I buy, like, I even bought, I bought some new, I love these midliner highlights. Oh, but here's the ones that I got that I like. I got some new colors for, oh, I don't have them right here. I have some new colors for these highlighters that I got, like fall colors of them, that are these. And then it came with, because it's a pack, I think they come in a pack of 10 or something. It came with these really great looking pastel colors too that are like so pretty as well. So, but I'm going to use the fall kind of ones in the stuff I'm doing. And then the other thing that I was doing is like, I instead now, like let me see if I can find the one that I did for this one recently. I also found it even, so, you know, I told you, I take the flags and I coordinate it with the cover of the book, the colors, right? And then, so this one for the upper country, I have so far as categories, characters, historical facts, and quotes. And I just found the tombow, the matching tombow to those colors. So I can actually flag it and highlight it with the tombows. Or, well, some of these are tombows and some of them are the midliners. I think the quotes is midliners. But I will do the matching and the coordinating color to highlight it as well. So I know really quickly if I see the reddish one, that's just a new character. If I see the beige color, it's a quote, you know, so it's really fast like that. So yeah, that's kind of the nerdy thing that I'm doing. What are you reading for Read a Book Day today? Let me know, and I will talk to you guys later, because I know, once again, when I look at the time, it's going to be a lot longer than I think it is. So have a great week and a great weekend if I don't see you on Friday. If I see you on Friday, I'll say it again. But I'll talk to you soon. Bye.